Subscribe to AmpCode and ring the notification bell to get the latest content.
Hello and welcome back. This lecture is all about integration of the data lakes. We have seen all about what are data lakes, data warehouses, and all of the data solutions which are required to handle big data in your organization. So basically the most important thing is how integration works in terms of the data lakes. That we are going to see in this lecture. So without further ado, let's get into it. So basically you should really understand what really is a data integration. So it involves the two major processes in the data engineering pipelines. The first process is nothing but combining the data from multiple sources. So we have gone through it multiple times. You will be having like different sources, different data, and the different types of data coming from different sources. So your data could be coming from a RDBMS like the SQL Server or the PostgreSQL. Your data could be coming from the S3 bucket, which is nothing but a cloud storage, or else your data could be present in SDFS. It could be present in the form of flat files. So to combine it from the multiple sources, what you need is the bridge between your source and the target where you need the data. So basically the source will be multiple, and you should be having the integration between the source and target to be able to combine all the data from these multiple sources. And then comes the second phase, which nothing but it is like a unified, consistent, and like easily accessible format of that data. So we are talking about transforming the data so that it could be a consistent phase. It should be in the required format so that your data scientist, data analyst can directly dig into the data by simply submitting some SQL queries or else any appropriate language. So basically data integration is very essential for any organization for these reasons. Let's talk about them in detail. So the first one is the silos. So basically your data could be coming from multiple sources. So it could be like for some particular department or a particular product. So let's talk about like the transactional data which may come from any RDBMS, and the transactional data is consumed by the finance department, but else the other data which is nothing but related to the customer, the live event of the customer is nothing but tracked by the marketing team for product recommendation, as well as there could be like multiple sources. So to break down all these silos, you have to have some integration and combine all these sources of the data so that you will get the more appropriate picture of your data landscape. So basically data integration will help you do that exactly, and you can have like a unified data platform so that any team can access that and have like the needed information or the needed data set required for building their use cases. And the second one is the quality. So let's say your data is coming from a IoT device which could be inconsistent. So your data could have some garbage values not present in the particular data type. So you first have to have some transformations on top of it so that it could be clean and in the preferred format, which means that it will have the good quality of the data, so that you don't have to worry about transforming it on the way while doing the analytics. So if your data is already present in the good condition, or we can say the required format, then and in the appropriate data types, then the groundwork that data scientists or the data analysts have to do will be a lesser. They can directly submit analytical queries on top of the data and not worry about transforming it and clean it to the required format. And also like the insights, so you'll get a quick peek into your data when it is in the appropriate format. And since all the data will be unified, you will get a whole big picture of your organization. So this is how, for these reasons, data integration is very important aspect for your organization. But there are like several challenges which are associated with the data integration in data lake. So basically the first one is the data quality issues. So the inconsistency will definitely arise when you're combining different sources. because the data could be coming at different velocities, different frequencies, and in a different formats. Some could be structured, some could be semi-structured, and some could not even have any structure, which is unstructured data. So your data therefore will end up having the data quality issues, such as it could have like a duplicate records, then the insufficient data, as well as the data which is not that usable and have the garbage values. And the next one is the scalability problems which every big data platform faces. So basically, as with the new system, without proper scalability mechanism in place, so if you are not having a managed service with like the cloud services where the scalability and high availability is often handled by the cloud platform itself. So if you don't have it, then data lakes can quickly become overwhelmed when continuously fed with a large amount of the data. So the handling big data is a big challenge which is associated with this data integration. And then we also have the disparate formats. So converting all the disparate formats into a unified and the usable output or the usable data will require so much effort, so much time, as well as the specialized tools which are required. And also it will need the expertise of all the developers out there, so that to get all the formats into the usable ones. So these are some of the challenges which are associated in the data integration part. But there is one technique where we can utilize it to seamlessly integrate all our sources in the data lake, which is nothing but the ETL process that we have seen earlier. Let's talk about that in detail. So now let's talk about how do ETL tool work in the data lake. So basically we'll talk about all the integration part. The first one would be the data ingestion. So as you already know that ETL, where the extraction phase, where we are extracting data from multiple sources so that it could be having in a unified way in the staging area, and so that it could be ready for the next thing, which is like the data transformation. So data transformation is another work which is done by the ETL tool itself. So the data transformation will transform the data into the required format by applying some transformation like the filter operations. Then we have the regex replace to clean up that data, as well as partitioning it so that it could be stored efficiently. Then we have the metadata management. So for every data platform, having like the data cataloging where the data is stored, like the metadata, which is nothing but the index of your book, or we can say it as index of your data system. So the metadata management is also provided by the ETL tool itself. Then we got the data integration. As we already talked about, that ETL will provide the seamless integration between the extraction phase, the transformation phase, and the loading phase. So definitely it will have the integration capabilities inbuilt depending upon what type of ETL tool you are using. Then we got the data loading. So basically once your data is transformed and into the required phase and unified, then you can just simply dump that data into your data lake or the data warehouse or any other data solution like the lake house, so that it could be further used for reporting purposes and the data analytics, as well as machine learning and AI pipelines. And the last one is the data access and analysis. So ETL tools often provides the rich set of libraries as well as integration with the other tools like the Power BI tools to build like the Power BI reports on top of it, as well as it will have their own native tools for data analytics as well as accessing the data seamlessly. So this is how you can this is how the integration works in the data lake and how we can use it in your data platform. So I'll see you in the next one.
So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next lecture.